Good morning from Seward, Alaska. Today we are headed out on a Kenai Fjords boat tour.
We're getting some coffee right now, getting all ready to get on the boat, take some dramamine, get some ginger.
We're at Seward's Cup, which is like a coffee hut, and if you know anything about Alaska, you know how popular these coffee huts are, but I've never seen one like this. It's a literal coffee mug. It's our turn. Coffee time! We got our boarding passes and our boat is right there. Our ship is right there. Look how beautiful the harbor looks today. It is gorgeous out and we're so excited. She said it was gonna be a little rough, so we're about to take some Dramamine. We could not have asked for a better day. It was so beautiful out.
Came across our first piece of wildlife here. It's, of course, your typical sea otter. He's just out there chilling in the water, right outside of the harbor, actually.
Now these Dall's porpoise are considered porpoises. They are not technically dolphins and are considered one of the fastest animals in our water. These Dall's porpoise can actually reach speeds of 35 miles an hour.
So we just saw our second wildlife of the day already, and it was Dall's porpoise, which are not dolphins because their teeth are more pointy, so they're just porpoises. We saw 4 of them going together at once, so that was awesome. And we haven't even left the main fjord that we're in, so great start. Wildlife. We saw puffins and a bear. The bear was just sitting on a log staring at us for a long time. But we've come up to Bear Glacier, which is the biggest glacier in Kenai Fjords National Park. It's 13.5 miles deep. And there's these little peaks that you can see sticking out in front of it. And it's not part of the glacier, it's actually icebergs that have calved.
Go by my buddies and give
Spire Cove. It's one of the most popular coves in the entire park. And we're basically probably going to drive into this ravine and see it. Sitting and waiting around for a whale. Evidently, whales can dive for up to 45 minutes to an hour, but they said typically around here they dive for around 5 to 8 minutes. So he set us, the captain set a timer, so we're going to sit here and wait. Hopefully we get to see one.
So we just saw some whales. We saw 2 humpbacks, a mom and a calf. And we watched them for about 20 minutes. So I think we got some good footage. It's just really hard when the boat's moving to like get an actual video, but it was really awesome. They came up right next to the boat and then went underneath it. So got a great view of them. Across the Gulf of Alaska, which my dramamine knocked me out for the whole thing, so totally fine with that. But yeah, I slept the whole way across, which is better than getting sick. And we came around in this little fjord area and we saw a waterfall and we got lunch, and now we're at our first big glacier. And I mean, you can really, it's massive. It's massive. Like, we're right up on it, and this is so cool. Like, getting to see this with the sun today, it's just awesome.
So behind me, we have Holgate Glacier. It's a very large glacier, as you can probably see. And you can really feel that cold air rushing off the side. You can see all kinds of different textures.
I would say it's like, what, 40 stories tall? 40 or 50?
Yeah.
And I'm cold. Like, it's cold back here. Glacier wind. We're about to head out of the Holgate Arm. We spent some time here hoping that it would calve or break off, but it didn't. It's actually advancing 3 to 4 feet a year right now, which is exciting. The little glacier that we saw on the left over here is called Spire Glacier. It's receded quite a bit. So in the 90s, they were connected at one point, and now they're very much so their own independent little pieces. We're gonna head out of here and head to Aialik Glacier next, which is another tidewater glacier here in Kenai Fjords. Wonderful day. I'm gonna keep saying that because this is so rare, and we are very grateful for the weather today. The last day that was this clear was over a month ago. So if that gives you any idea of how rainy it is down in Seward and Kenai Fjords, that's it. We are now at Aialik Glacier.
Now, just like Holgate, Aialik is connected to that ice field, the Harding ice field, and just like Holgate. I'm going to start to spin the boat. I have to weave through some ice.
We just spent a good amount of time at Aialik Glacier, like over 30 minutes just looking at it. It goes 7 miles back, also part of the Harding ice field. But what's really cool about this one is all of the icebergs that are broken off of it. And by carbon dating and things like that, they figured out that 400 to 700 years old, all these little pieces of ice. So it's really, really beautiful glacier.
So we just stopped off at this little waterfall. Our captain took us right underneath it. Some of the people were getting wet. So we saw some jellyfish. We saw a lion's mane and a moon jellyfish. Lion's manes can actually get up to 60 feet in length.
Back to the harbor. We pretty much just napped the whole way back because we didn't stop or anything.
A picture.
We got a picture to support the Wildlife Center. So. We've made it back to the car and we just wanted to share some thoughts on our tour, like our overall experience. We've done both Kenai Fjords and Major Marine now, which are the two big tour operators here for the Kenai Fjord tours. I personally liked Major Marine a little bit better. I think Christian had said you liked Kenai Fjords better.
I like them both. I will say, I feel like on the other tours we had a lot more. He just knew how to go about whales better. I feel like on this one, the tour operator did not know how to go about finding whales as easy.
I feel like I learned more with Major Marine. You know, the other guy, Kenai Fjords, seemed to have a funnier guy. I liked that they had assigned seating. I liked that, yeah, I just liked the commentary better. It's $230 for adult tickets, and then they do offer discounts for military and seniors and things like that. So make sure you look into that. I mean, for 7.5 hours on the water, lunch, snack, and they give you unlimited water and coffee and ginger ale and things like that. This is a must do. It's a very easy day trip from Anchorage. The drive here is gorgeous and it's just a really cool way to get out in some of these areas of Alaska that you really would not see otherwise. Getting Ella. Hi.
Oh, there's
Hello.
Yay.
Hi. Oh, hello. You miss us? All right, you ready to go into town?
Are you happy? You happy?
Are you ready to go into town? Are you ready to go into town with us? Yes? Oh, okay, go potty. Go potty. Go potty.
Just made our way down to downtown Seward, giving Ella a little walk here for a bit since she's been in the house all day. And we're looking for a spot to get some fish and chips.
Something else down here on the south side of Seward is the Sea Life Center. And I've heard a lot of people recommend that, especially if you have kids, so keep that in mind. For dinner, we've come to Alaska Seafood Grill. We came here for two reasons. One, we wanted fish and chips, and number two, it's dog friendly. They have a nice little outdoor seating area so that Ella can come be with us. We got rockfish, fish and chips, and then we got a crispy chicken sandwich. They were out of grilled, whatever. Fish and chips in Alaska, expensive. That's our number one tip. It's expensive to eat out.
Good.
It's good though. It's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Like right there.
No ties, no price, no needs.
It's fresh. Tartar sauce. Very hot. A lot of flavoring. Fresh fish. Can't beat it. So we're ending tonight with some ice cream. I got chocolate peanut butter, Ashley got vanilla. Boom. We're gonna go back to the little tiny home, relax, and get ready for our hike tomorrow.